Will sung this for the children. Alright, this one's called The Steep Hill for an Exit. This is an ode to High Barnet. Admission for one, but letting fall through the back door. Cinema blags in the 80s. Young ingenuity, EN5 style. Last stop northbound on the Northern Line, the one with the steep hill as you exit, where the War of the Roses spilled blood on the very same fields that we play on, but the real wildlife on display is found where the concrete's laid. Now, two key facts to remember regarding Barnet back then. Home to the most condensed amount of pubs in one area and the highest amount of STD cases among teens in the 90s. Us 80s babies never forgot the AIDS. It's just the tip of the iceberg advert, courtesy of the BBC, that followed after an EastEnders cliffhanger. Maze Lane, Dulles Valley, Union Street, Mary Immaculate and St Gregory the Great with Father John, sporting a Sunday best at midday, then back again in the evening for the youth club. Wood Street, Smokers Paradise, the Red Lion, Old Bull Arts Centre, Barnet Market, Wednesdays and Saturdays, Hadley Wood, Spike Milligan, Wood Street, Barnet Museum, then next door down from the Barnet Park where sexual awakenings and mind exploration occurred and took root. Underhill, the true home of the Bees, Barnet FC, was Saturday afternoon, easy access to the matches via the fence from the adjacent Barnet playing fields. Home and training ground to the mighty Barnet Youth FC. We were a problem. And our games were on Sunday morning and those fields next door. St Catherine's, Ravenscroft, St Martha's, QE Boys, QE Girls with the leisure centre and a gigantic indoor pool where every summer from 9 AM to 6 PM it was pay as you play scheme for 50p. That allowed you to play every kind of sport, be it indoors or out. Life in the 80s, drinking from taps out all day until the orange cadmium glow brighter on the lamppost, indicating to all it's time to come home. BMX days, endos with cherry pickers, thinking of diamondbacks and mongooses, building ramps that end in pain with the war wounds on display, popping, locking and breaking with the swan dives, backspins, the frog and windmills were practiced and perfected on shiny mahogany lino to the futuristic beats of Electro 9 and cassette. Fish suppers every Friday opposite the station where 263s, 26s, 307s, 107s and 84s navigate their way up the hill, all watched over by Barnet's clock. We're right behind. Every winter stands a Norwegian Christmas tree gifted to Barnet as a present by Norway. Opposite the library in the lanes where I unsuccessfully set up a stink bomb, spitting distance from the video rental shop called Videodrome. The dawn of the home movie experience and its criminal bastard brother, the Video Nasty, sold under the counter, no questions asked, just a Queen's Head will suffice. Then came a tale of a car park that transformed into the mecca of commerce known as the Spires, the #1 choice for shopping in North London behind Brent Cross, but the 26 had you covered for that. Incorporating part of the architecture from the Methodist Church into becoming the entrance to all your shopping needs. The very same church situated next to a clothes shop that dealt with imported garments from Europe. This is the age of the casual, banned from European football, but on their travels they brought back a subculture of fashion that was visually unique and of its time, still repeated to this day. My ma decked me out in a Lacoste polo tops with a sky blue silver, a less old school velour tracksuit with ice white Puma tennis sneakers to rock on holiday. Boss. Mid-80s style when fat kids could run like the wind and never remained on the sideline. High Barnet, New Barnet, East Barnet, Chipping Barnet, Frying Barnet, EN5, 4BW, 4412948. From 83 to 91, we were left to have fun. Right, this one's called Raw Sensations, Freight Wires. Fresh cut for a new month, sipping on a hot cup of Assam after my morning rituals have been recited and observed. I can feel as the heat generates on my crown as the sun anoints me with its timeless wisdom. My reflection becomes crystallized, solidified, more denser, with an increased panoramic insight, a vice-like connection between all conscious beings. The morphogenetic field, as Rupert Sheldrake successfully documented, yet I feel lost, rudderless and displaced, like that solitary shoe found on the hard shoulder, scuffed and absent. My disposition subdued, placid like the pale green psychology of prison walls. What now for these cinder blocks, Governor, that built this house of ill repute, the fetishisation of punishment and the foundation it was built on, where that dark energy gathers, left to roam carefree, to smother the light out of all optimism and hope. Old ghosts with new faces, with deviated septums, rusty fish hooks and corrupt dry mouths that spew falsehoods, broken necks with peaceful expressions, plus the men of unclean lips with swollen tongues, all huddled together in a corner and enthusiastically trade bets on which lily pad will finally give way. You must feed the wolf regardless, good or bad, just make sure to feed that wolf. It has been said that remote viewers are told from day one, do not try and report what you see, just report the raw sensations. The raw sensations that relate to those frayed copper wires of yours that replicate veins that send you mixed signals underneath that shiny hard exterior of yours, or those dents that you wear with pride, that intimacy inflicted on you, not to forget those bruises displayed on your torso that resemble the colour and hue of rotten fruit. All these raw sensations to be reported on. I say leave it to the dust to be the caretaker of the past.